Right, so let's break down how this healthcare business is leveraging SEO to achieve results like the following. So before I talk about the business and what they did, excuse me, let's go over the results. So first things first is within 6 months, they increased the number of clicks on their site from 1,500 every single day to 1,100 every single day, right? So an increase of 700 or so percent in the number of daily clicks they get on their site, right? From 1,500 to 11,000. That's a big jump. Then an increase in branded organic search from 4,000 to 11,000. This is a big one. Branded searches, and now more than ever, means that users and potential customers know about your brand and your brand resonates with them. And if you're doing SEO in 2023 and beyond, you need to establish a brand. Right, so amazing, right? That's, I think, a 200 something percent increase in branded organic search. Finally, an increase in conversion rate, and this was by creating quality blog posts of 400%, right? They went from 4 orders a month to 50 orders a month, and that's proven, of course, by this conversion graph right here. And keep in mind that we shouldn't just focus on these numbers here: 4, 1, 2, 3, 50. What is important here is the value of each one of these. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't know the value of these ones, but if we're in the healthcare niche, which this small little SEO case study is about, we can assume that the value of a client is a lot in comparison, for example, to a non-healthcare niche, right? And since I'm here, I'm gonna tell you that the business is a healthcare website that provides health services online and at home, right? So that's the business. And just to finish off here, the results, the improved ranks for pages that bring money, so money pages, which is what we should be doing SEO on in theory, right? Because you want to rank the pages on Google that convert users into paying customers, right? That's the whole goal, is to make money with SEO, is to rank pages that then convert them into paying customers, right? So they improved the ranks for pages that bring money for many keywords like online consultation with a doctor, right? So people wanting to buy, quote unquote, buy a consultation with a doctor, online consultation with a dermatologist, home health care service, and doctor at home. So all these are, I guess, quote unquote, money keywords, right? From people that are wanting to buy a service. And this is proven through here. So this is the average keyword position, and it was on the 16.3. So if we add up all the keywords and tally their positions and do an average, now they're all on the average is the first page, right? Position 10. So very good job here. And an increase finally in organic traffic for many pages by 30% compared to the past 3 months. So these are the results, right? And I've talked about the business, but what exactly was done to achieve the results? And before I tell you what was done, which I have it here, let me first show you who did this. It was Iman right here. Iman is on Vetted. If you don't know, vetted.com is the best SEO marketplace where you can hire pre-vetted SEOs for any type of SEO service. He sells this exact service that led to these exact results right here on Vetted. So I'll leave a link for this in the description. I'll also leave it in the pinned comment down below. But for starting at $110 and ending at $330, he's going to go out and do all this, right? Auditing your site, study your business, industry, and competitors' audiences. This is such a big one. Something that people often overlook is they want to, let's say this is the search engine ranking page. So that's the search bar for Google. All the results here. So let's say what a lot of people do, these are the sites, is they want to be here. They want to be at top, but they just focus on their site. And that's a big no-no. You got to study what the competition is doing in detail, understand the industry more than anything else. And you as the business owner, you understand the industry. But the SEO person that's going to do the work on your site needs to understand the industry, who's the ideal customer, who's the competition, and of course the audience, the ICP, the ideal customer profile. So that's a big one, and I felt like I needed to cover it a bit more. Then define the business goal and targets. This is related with, for example, right here, we of course want for this business to improve the ranks for the pages that have direct calls to action, right? Book online consultation, that will ideally lead them to an email capture or even a phone call. And this will of course depend on the business goals. Different businesses have different goals. Gathering seed keywords, of course, to research, super important, as well as the keyword mapping. I do have a video solely on this, but I won't bore you with it right now. Define pillars and clusters for the content, and develop, of course, a SEO content strategy. And it's going to do all that, and that's essentially what it takes, as well as a couple more things to achieve results like this. But I did want to mention who did the work and what they do, because it's super valuable. So let's go in detail to the, I guess, boring part of what was done. And if you don't want to, or don't care to do this, or don't care to, do it yourself, essentially, you can just hire him. I'll leave a link in the description. He just joined Vetted. And like I said before, every single person that's on Vetted has been pre-vetted, so you can be sure that any service here is of the highest quality. We have people building links, we have people creating on-page content, technical SEO. Every single expert on here is and was pre-vetted by us. Also, let's just wait for this to load. Every single service on Vetted has samples attached to it. So if you want to buy something, let's say you want to buy these custom rebuilds from Bradley, we can check the samples right here of exactly what you're going to get, right? Super, super important. And we do, of course, have some people here like Liam, for example, that go the extra step, the extra mile, and share with us a video on who they are, why they're the best person to hire for your SEO efforts. Socials, of course, in this case, Liam sells links. These are one of the most popular links here on Vetted, and it is, of course, share the metrics of links you're going to get, case studies with rankings, all that, which is the main goal of Vetted, is to provide a transparent experience on anything, any single service you are buying, right? As well as the reviews, all that, it's all here for you. Now, moving on, what was done exactly to achieve these results? So let's go over it one by one. The actions we did, in this case, Iman, to get the mentioned results. So first of all, first things first is an in-depth keyword research based on user intents, pain points, and competitive analysis. Now, a lot of people tend to skip this because this is quite boring, but before you start building links, before you start creating content, you need to know who you're building links and creating content for. You need to understand the user interest based, of course, on the pain points they feel, because they're going to be searching based on their pain points, and of course, based on what the competition is doing. This cannot be overlooked, and any single SEO strategy should start with something like this, right? Super, super important. Then, mapping the keywords on the correct pages. We don't want to have pages that are irrelevant for the keywords, or maybe some keyword cannibalization. That's a big no-no. The technical SEO aspect of things, improving meta titles, page ones, descriptions. So, for example, if we go here to Vetted, just use this plugin right here. The meta title here is the service title, meta description as well. Exactly. That's that. These little things do go a long way to helping Google understand what your page is about, right? Then, creating specific pillars and clusters structured for blog posts and money pages, resulting in correct internal links. So internal linking, super, super important. And in terms of clusters right here, we do have, and I felt like it's necessary that I mentioned this, we do have Bart here on Vetted selling a cluster service. Let's see if he shows up here. Should be showing up here. He also has a video here. He just added recently this service right here, which is a feature on Business Insider. But Bart, also has a service for this, for content clusters, which I have a video solely on this as well. But it's one of the best strategies to scale and grow a content strategy. So very, very interesting here, creating these specific pillars and clusters to structure out your content strategy. Then, of course, the classic one, building backlinks. They're still very, very important nowadays more than ever. So building quality backlinks, it's something that you can also acquire on Vetted in the off-page tab right here. And moving on, improve internal link structure. There were more than 1,000 incorrect or broken internal links. And I see a lot of people doing this. They either don't have internal links at all, or the ones they have don't make any sense. Internal links shouldn't be built or structured randomly. They should be structured in a way that makes sense, both for Google and from a user's experience standpoint. So super, super important. And as important as internal links are outbound links, okay? Linking to trustworthy sources, whether that's Wikipedia, Amazon. First, it's going to depend on the content you're talking about, Loading speed, a big one, not just for rank as a rank factor, but because if you can be ranking first, right? But if people click on your site and it takes 10, 15 seconds to load, they're just going to go back and click the second one, third one, until they have a fast loading experience, because user experience is so big at the moment with the people's attention span lowering more and more and more. You gotta have a fast content delivery, and that's a big one. Content speed. Then one thing that's not often mentioned is updating old or thin content. Thin content is essentially content that doesn't have much meat to it. And old content is content that, for example, may be somewhat evergreen, or content that in the eyes of the world as it is today is a bit outdated, but you don't want it to be put to waste, right? Because you invested a lot of time, effort into it. You might as well take it, revamp it a bit, add a couple of new information, maybe more relevant information for the days of today, and boost it up back again so that Google sees, oh, listen, this website is constantly not only putting out new content, but they're updating old content to make it better for the users. So like I said, creating fresh content every day and updating old and thin content. And this goes a long way, updating old content, because if you're putting again so much effort, money, and time, all that into content, you don't want it to go to waste, right? You want to treat it as an asset, so it can last as long as it should be, right? As it should, sorry. Then added many quality new pages. This will depend on the site. In this case, it was for healthcare. It seems a bit generic website, and I'm sure they added pages for specific terms like dermatologists and a bunch of others, gynecologists, and all those different, medical categories that you can book a consultation for. So there's a lot of things you can do here with that, right? Then finally, and this is of course a big one, took EEAT, expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness story very seriously. I do have a video solely on this, and this goes a long way nowadays. And as the business is categorized in the healthcare industry, which is sensitive for Google, this is a big one. And again, I talk solely about this in another video, but as of today, with AI content popping up and all that, the content that's going to perform the best, in theory, is the content that is written by proper experts that know what they're talking about, that have for example, in the article, have an author box there written by this doctor that has these credentials with this experience, has, for example, published this many papers on this subject, right? And this lets Google know that, okay, this piece of content was written by someone that's credible, has experience in the world of healthcare, so we should evaluate more, because this, in theory, is the most expertise, and authoritativeness and trustworthy article out there about this topic. So this was all that was done. It is a lot of work, right? Not everyone can do this. It takes a lot of time. You need to know exactly what you're doing, how to do it, and I guess why you should be doing it, which hopefully I could explain well here. I don't want this video to be super long. It already is 12 minutes long, but hopefully this was valuable enough. Like I said, if you want to hire someone to do it for you, Iman here will do it for you. If you're on the fence, you can just go down here and message him, or here on his profile. He'll help you out with anything you need. He'll tell you what you don't need or why you need it. So great service, has 0 reviews so far. He has 0 orders because nobody knows about the service yet. That being said, people often are scared about purchasing services that have 0 reviews, myself as well. That being said, I can assure you that every single service that's here on Vetted is protected by our money-back guarantee, so you'll never get scammed or anything. And I can assure you that this is going to be a quality service, because on Vetted we vet every single provider very extensively, so you can be sure that people on here hold themselves to high standards and know exactly what they're doing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll leave a link for this in the description. And thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.